It is obvious that the protester would like to have the reform of the country before we have an election. Someone might say that we are obstructing election. No, we are not doing that. But we try to get fair and transparent election. If we go on with the election right now without any reform, we will have the same mechanism and the country will be in the same situation as we are now. We have been protesting for more than 40 days because we don't want the same situation to happen again in Thailand. We might say that Thailand have democracy, but it is not the real democracy because at this moment we have dictatorship by Thaksin through the majority of the representative in the House of Representatives. We might have more than 300 votes, but in fact it is only one vote, that is Thaksin vote. The member of the House of Representatives on the government side do not use any information that is discussed in the parliament to decide how they're going to vote. But they vote according to the command of Thaksin. And if you would like to know how Thaksin regime is, you can say all these words. Number one is really bidding of Thailand. That means they use populist project. They use many projects to buy vote. It is not giving money to people, but they use populist vote. Let's say the wage for 300 baht per day, or the salary of those who finish a bachelor degree for 15,000, and many other populists. And this project hurt the physical status of the country. We use future money to gain popularity for Thaksin party. And once he came to power, he became a dictator. He tried to get everything that he would like to get. And also, these people deny the power of the court. They don't listen to the court sentence, and many times they come to threaten the judge not to have a verdict that might be negative to the government or Pheu Thai party. So remember, do not use Western concept to judge Thai politics. You have to understand the context of Thai politics, where people are not well off and they try to get something tangible without realizing what's gonna happen to the country. They just think about what they're gonna get, but they forget to think what's gonna happen to the country. We cannot let this thing happen. We have to correct the mechanism before we have election. That's why the protester tried to request that we need to reform before we have an election. That is our decision, and we will go on fighting until we win, which means we have to delay the election and we have to have the reform before we have election, because the mechanism has to be corrected to get fair and transparent election.